Hello everyone, thank you for joining this pre-recorded webinar on tsPortal. It's pre-recorded because at this time of the year with Melbourne still in daylight savings time, it's almost impossible to find a time slot that will suit everyone, people in Perth to Pennsylvania to Paris and everything in between. Next month, Melbourne will be going back to normal time, and I think then we will go back to live webinars. So let's get started. So we've got a new tsPortal for everybody. It's available now from our website. You can download it and start using it straight away. Nobody has this version. If you think you're on the latest version, you're not. This is now the latest version, 23.03.25. And starting here with the familiar refresh, reload, import window, whatever you want to call it, all those terms are interchangeable. You can see I've only got 105 jobs in my database, so not many. If I hit yes now to reload that data or to load that data the first time, it won't take too long. But you guys have got thousands of jobs, and importing all of them into tsPortal can take a long time. So it tends to be that for you tend to import a season's worth at a time, or a combination of season and workspace, for example. But you can see in my 2023 season, I've only got 2 jobs, and of course that won't take long. So your customer service people, for example, may refresh to the current season they're working in, because most of the phone calls they're likely to receive are for the current season. But then you get a phone call from last year or the year before, and the customer service person doesn't have that information in front of them, and that's a bit of a chore. They've got to come back out here and refresh to the season in question while the parent is on the phone waiting. Not very nice. So what I've done is I've introduced a method to import just what you need, no matter what you've refreshed to. So even though you may have refreshed to the 23 season, if someone calls you about an order for last year or the year before, the year before that, and they've got an order key, you pop that in and it will import that without you having to refresh the whole thing. I'm calling it instant find. You can instantly find a subject or an order or a job if you've got the keys. To demonstrate this and to really exaggerate it, I'm going to come back out here. I'm just going to put 0 in here. You guys won't do this, but I just want to really emphasize the point, and refresh to that, which will take no time at all, because there's absolutely no data in tsPortal. You can see 0 out of 0 jobs are in there, and yet we will still be able to look up an order or a subject, or indeed a job, if we've got the keys. To do that, there's a new menu item, Edit, and you see down the bottom Instant Find, with Control F as the shortcut. You can get to it there, Control F or the menu, or you can even just Shift click, hold down the Shift key and click Advanced Search, and it brings you up this window. And this is the same window no matter what mode you're in. You could be in jobs mode, you could be in orders mode, you could be in subjects mode. This same window will pop up and you can look up any key from any mode. You don't have to be in subjects mode to look up a subject key with Instant Find. Let's see how it works. I'll grab a key. I don't know, that one's good as anything. Control C and Control V to paste it in there. Hit Enter to find. And very quickly, it has found the subject in question, our familiar Miss Denmark. And what it actually did was import the job for that subject. So yes, that subject is in there, but so are now all the other subjects in that job. And that job is available, and you can see the job information as well, even though we entered a subject key. And as I said, it can be a subject key, an order key, or a job key. If we do Control F, I'm in jobs mode, but someone may call you about an order of last year, and you've only refreshed to 23 season, but someone's called you about an order from last year. We can grab an order key. Now they don't, often I guess when parents call, they don't even know what sort of key they're holding in front of them. It could be the subject key, it could be the order key. They don't know the difference. Sometimes you don't know the difference. paste the order key or paste the key in there, it will know what it is. The software will work out whether it's an order key, a subject key, or a job key. I'm in jobs mode. I'm just going to put in that key, hit enter, and bang, it has brought me to that order, even had I not refreshed for that particular job. You can then go to the jobs mode, subjects mode, and all orders for that job would have been imported, not just that order. You can even look up jobs themselves. Control F again brings me that. And if you've got a job key, that's going to be rarer, I guess, that a parent will ring with a job key, but they might, because if you're doing identify ordering, for example, the key they're holding is an actual job key. And do that, and it's now imported that job. That happened to be a cheerleader job. You see now I've got two jobs in tsPortal. I've got the first one and this one, cheerleaders. So instant find, Control F or Shift Advanced Search, and it will find you a subject or a job or an order based on the key that you plug into that instant find, no matter what you've refreshed to, or even as I showed, whether you've refreshed or not. I'd refreshed to 0 jobs, and yet it still was able to find what I was looking for. Use it in conjunction with what you're doing now. I'm not suggesting you guys refresh to 0, but your customer service people may refresh to the current season and keep instant find in mind if they get a call about an older season, a previous season, for example. There's going to be other examples. So for the rest of the webinar, what I will do, however, is go back and refresh to everything, because it will suit the rest of what I have to do a little bit better. So I'm refreshing my whole database now, which is only 105 jobs, so it's not going to take too long. Yeah, so instant find, you're probably going to ask, oh, does it have to be the key? Can we just put in the kid's name, for example? No, not at this point, because that's just far more difficult, because we know a key is unique across your whole database, whereas a subject name is not, and then it has to have a whole UI, whole set of infrastructure available for you to select different John Does if it finds more than one, for example. All right, moving on from instant find, I'm going to go to subjects mode. Now I am going to look up another key while I'm here. I will grab that one this time. This time all the subjects are in there, so I'm not going to use instant find, although I could. I'm just going to use the more traditional find up there. I've got a particular subject. I draw your attention to the area under the ID. This subject didn't have an ID, it's just a make-up job of mine, but that area there is blank. It's empty, this area where the mouse is dancing. What you may not know, if you go to the File menu and go to Add Company, there's an ugly looking window where you can add information about your company, which is then used elsewhere in reports and whatnot, including the user for this computer, which happens to be Mario. But go right down towards the bottom. You've got for people who are using our iOS system, you can put in your iOS site name in here, the complete name with HTTPS in front of it. And I'll show you what that does. Let me put in my site, HTTPS training.timestone.com.au. Okay, of course you would put in your site name in there. Close that, and you'll see that area that once was blank in subjects mode now has a iOS label and the link for this particular subject, assuming they're online. So it's got that familiar link and their shoot key, which is a hyperlink. If we just click on that, it copies that to the clipboard. And then you could, for example, paste that into an email. So I just clicked that iOS link, it copied it to my memory, to the clipboard. I can then paste it wherever I want to paste it, such as in an email. You can also shift click on it. So shift click on here, and you've got a tooltip to explain this to you. Click to copy the link to the clipboard, shift click to launch the browser. If I shift click that, it actually launches my browser, goes to my site, plugs in the key, and displays you that subject, that page. Again, that's quite useful. I think that will be useful for your customer service people if they need to help someone online. And they've got a key, maybe they don't, maybe they do, but the key will be here in subjects mode in tsPortal, and shift click the link, and it opens a new tab or launches your browser if it's not already launched, and goes to that key, which is this girl. So that's quite useful. I know somebody was asking for this, and will find it very, very useful for their customer service people. So that's in subjects mode. Remember, if it's blank in here, if it's blank under that ID section, it means you haven't gone to File, Add Company, and put your website address in there. Don't put /ordering or any of that sort of stuff. It needs to be just your pure name with the HTTPS bits at the front. Okay, so that's what I'm calling an iOS link in subjects mode. So that's new. We'll go to jobs mode next and look at a couple of little things that are new in there. Jobs. I might just go to a different job. Well, next time I'll spell it better. Okay. The job summary report, which I didn't realize was being used as much as it was. Otherwise, I would have put more effort into making it look nicer to begin with. I'll save it as a PDF and we'll open it. Let's have a look. It's just been reformatted a little so that it's more likely that it'll all fit on one page. There was a lot of empty space before. I think now, unless you have lots and lots and lots and lots of different packages that get ordered, it should all fit on one page, which is handy. And it has now this extra section where the packages are listed with the number of copies and the package price. So you've got, in this report, you've got the first section, which is informational, it tells you how many subjects and that sort of thing. And then a summary of the orders. This job is a little bit unusual in that it still had a lot of paper orders. Most orders nowadays for most schools are 100% online, but that's irrelevant to this discussion. And then underneath, it breaks down the number of copies per package. Now, I don't know if you can read what's in italics at the bottom, but it's a bit of a caveat. I'll read it out to you. The total derived from the package prices may not match the total calculated from the actual orders, as it cannot consider things such as offer discounts, coupons, etc. And you see there's a disparity between the two totals. We actually took in for this job that amount. When we added up the order totals for the 512 orders, it came to whatever that is, $18,313.85, which is not bad for 512 orders, I must say. But when we total the individual packages, it only comes to 18,333, or it comes to a different amount. In this case, it happens to be higher. That's not a bug, that's just inherent, because when people are ordering online, for example, there's more things to consider. You've got, there might be offer discounts, there may be coupons involved. So the actual order total is not necessarily a simple sum of the value of the package. And let's not even talk about postage and surcharges and things like that. So this number up here is a true reflection of what you took. This one is a bit more informational. This one is a bit more informational. If we were only adding up the package price, yeah, we would have got to this amount. But we didn't actually take in 1833. 333. We took in less. So keep that in mind. All care but no responsibility for this. You should verify your amounts external to this as well, I think. But keep in mind those two figures often will be different. And paper orders, if you're still getting them, throw a different spanner in the works, because the packages may sell for a different price for paper orders compared to online orders. A PK1 in your paper order may be more expensive than a PK1 online, for example. So useful to have, use it with caution, that job summary report. While we're in here, I will go to another job, and something else that's new in jobs mode is just a list of the folders. A folder list. Now, I know this should be Neopack, but it's not, so I'll put it in here for now. And you can see it's just a list of the folders. They're the folder names and a folder key. Parent is if the folder was a subfolder. So if any one of these folders was a subfolder, the parent folder for it would have been listed in the column on the right. But as it happens, all these folders are root folders. They're not parent folders. And you can export this list if you need to use it for whatever. Ignore that word order at across on the right. That shouldn't be there, and I'll get rid of that. Close the window. So yeah, in jobs mode, we've got a reformatted job summary report and a folder list. Let's now go to orders mode. Okay. One little thing that's new for people who close orders, and I know a few of you do, not many, but a few of you close orders, especially your online orders that get shipped via Fulfill. You would have closed under here. And what's new is the closed date, the date that the order was closed, is now displayed next to the word closed in this mode. We were able to see the closure date elsewhere in other bits of tsPortal. Now it's also displayed right there next to the closed word. So that's new. That's a little thing, but that will be useful just to see at a glance, in this mode, the date that the order was closed. I also draw your attention to the bar in the middle, which is mainly empty space. If there were tasks for this order, you'd see numbers there other than 0 in this section. But this section here is empty. It is now used to display any notes that were entered online with the new iOS that we released last year at the training in Vegas. The customers optionally can enter checkout notes. Please don't bend my prints, etc. That sort of thing. It's something we turn on for you. If you want it, we need to turn it on for you. It's not on by default. And if there are notes, it gets displayed in this section here. I think I do have some examples. So let me grab, this order key, for example. Control C, come in here and find that order. And you see the notes now display. Please make sure my daughter has straight hair. Okay, but she's a curly top. What do you expect me to do? And another one. Please tell the postman to deliver it to the upstairs door. That's fair enough. That's more like it. And so any order notes that were, or checkout notes that were placed online will display in that middle section there. If there aren't any, it just stays blank. All right, while we're in orders mode, let's go and look at some other stuff. Well, we can use this order as an example. For the people who are doing modification of orders in tsPortal, which has blown me away, the success of it, the people who are using it love it, and they've been very kind to tell me as much, where you can modify an order, particularly an online order, or in fact, add your own customer service packages to order. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, have a look at the replay of a previous tsPortal webinar where we went through that. But let's just look at this order, for example. If we look at Violet, you've got two little icons against against this product. She's ordered that 8x10. The icon on the right is to modify. So there's her order key. That's who she is. There's her image. She's only got one image. But if you wanted to see what the image was, you just click. Now, this is the new bit. Just click the little magnifying glass, and it opens up that image in your default photo viewer for your computer. I actually find another order that has got multiple images, because that way I can show off a bit more about it. So let me get a different key. Who would have multiple images? Yeah, that one will. That's a subject key. Since it's a subject key, I'm going to use the instant find, so I don't even have to leave orders mode. Okay, that's Scott, and we will go to any of his orders, for example, that one. And we're back in orders mode now. That's a particular order for this subject, and let's modify something about it. Okay, so we're back where we were previously. Yeah, the request was made, it would be nice to have a preview of those images. He's got three different poses. And had I assigned pose numbers, I didn't for this particular job, hovering over them would have said pose 1, pose 2, pose 3, but I have not assigned poses. As we saw before, if we click the little magnifying glass or icon, whatever that is, it brings up that particular image. Have a look at the top left, it's image number 90. JPEG. If you shift click, it opens all three of his images. He happened to have three. Be careful if you're doing that with something with 100 images, but you can see it's now opened all his three images. So you've got a preview. If somebody's on the phone, parents on the phone and describing the image to you, you can far more easily know which one you have to change that product to. Okay, it's a bit awkward to do on a little screen. I'm actually on a little screen, but because of that, we may now know that we need to change that to that JPEG instead. So single click opens up the image that is in that dialog. So image 92 at this point. And then shift click will open in your photo viewer, whatever your computer's default photo viewer is, will open all the images matched to that subject. I think that's pretty hooky. And it also applies if you're adding a customer service package. So you do that with the other icon on the left-hand side, or you'll even see it here in packages. So that one is plus, with the little plus symbol, you can add a customer service package. So I've called my customer service package CS add-ons. The various things I can order, and same deal. There are his three images, and I can select one of them and click that to preview that image, show it to you in your photo viewer, or shift click to bring them all up. So it's absolutely the same methodology, whether you're adding a customer service package or modifying an existing component of the order. As I said, if this is new to you and you think, oh, wow, that's good, I didn't even know that was there, have a look at the previous webinar of tsPortal, and we went through it there. Things got added in the meantime, but that'll be the beginnings for you. It's very popular. The people who are using it are very happy. And so that's that. Look up images for customer service packages. And one more thing to show you. We've got a whole new mode. Let's go to seasons mode, which is new. Control N or seasons mode. There we go. That takes a little bit of time depending on how many seasons you've got and the volume of data, but you can see you can just go through your different seasons. And for example, I think I've got most jobs in the 2018 season, so we'll pause there. So 2018 season, there's 48 jobs. That many subjects were photographed over those 48 jobs, 10,000, almost 11,000. We took in exactly 600 orders, and we took in that amount of money. Again, always keeping in mind the caveat when it comes to calculating totals. In the bottom section, it actually lists the jobs with some information about them. What offer, if there's an offer set. And keep in mind, we don't historically keep offer information against the job. So these offers you see would be the offer that is against the job at this moment. If you changed it last month, last year, we don't know that. It's showing you the offer that is set for the job at the moment you run the report. And then the number of subjects with orders, etc. Some information about that job. So that's a jobs tab. You also have a packages tab, which is what a lot of you want. So at the season level, in the 2018 season, the packages are sorted by the number of copies. So the most popular package is at the top. Package is they're not alphabetically sorted, but they're sorted by popularity, I guess. So PK1 was the most popular. It had 21 copies, followed by PK6 at 10 copies. Your information obviously will be different. I ummed and ahed about whether the packages should be listed in alphabetical order or whether they should be listed in popularity order. And I settled on popularity because that's what you told me. You wanted to know what's your most popular package, what's your least popular package. So it makes sense that they should be ordered in that sequence. Now, those two things, what you see here in the Packages tab and what you see there in the Jobs tab, are also available as reports in season mode. Reports, you can get a job summary, which is that. That's essentially what you saw in that tab, okay, for this particular season, and you can export this. And you can also get a package summary, which is essentially what you see behind it in the Packages tab. And you can export that as well. Now this time, I'm not sure what all they are in there, but I do believe, yeah, the headers here serve to sort. So you can sort it on screen. When you export and bring it into Excel, of course, you can sort by whatever you want in your spreadsheeting software. Yeah, so that's a whole new mode, seasons mode. People who I can already hear some of you saying, could we have the same for accounts? Can we have the same for workspace? Yes, but not now. It's quite a bit to do to get that, and then to have those three things play together. So for now, yeah, we've got a seasons mode, which I believe will be very useful because people have asked for it. That's it. Short and sweet. If you have any questions on any of these new features of tsPortal, please contact us by the normal methods. Send us an email and we'll be happy to answer it. I'm also very keen to hear what you think of these new features. If you like them, don't like them, they're really great, they're a waste of time, etc., etc. I've got a thick skin, so you can tell me what you like. And you can also write to me with suggestions for future improvements as well. I've already got some. Some people have already written to me with some suggestions for the future version, but I'm happy to listen to any other suggestions. They're not always doable. It's not that I don't want to, it's just I have to work within the constraints of FileMaker. But we will see what we can do and hope to have another update around July, August, so the Northern Hemisphere people can use it for their fall season starting in September. Thanks very much, guys, and we will see you in the next webinar. Until then, it is bye for now.